Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. This is Rose AJ, Coach Rose AJ, coming to holla at y'all on Wednesday, October the 23rd. Y'all, it's Wednesday. We are halfway through our work week. I hope that everybody has had a great start to their morning. Y'all, it's just after 7 a.m. here and it's still dark, but that's okay. The daylight is coming. The daylight is coming. Y'all, I have a question for you. If you could create more community in your life, what would that look like? How can you create more community in your life? We are in a dark time of the year right now, being fall, being the holidays coming up. And it's a time of the year that's not so great for a lot of people. And actually, I'm one of those people. I love being in the sun. I love heat, right? But I also love the Pacific Northwest. That's where my roots are at. So I want to know, what can you do to help yourself this time of the year if you have seasonal affective disorder, or if the dark days get to you? I mean, really get to you. What can you do to create more community? Can you join a meetup group? Can you join a book club? Can you go to the gym in the evening as well as sometimes in the morning? What can you do to create more community? I want to know what you are doing or what you're thinking of to create more community in your life, especially during this time of the year. It's harder for people to get out. It's harder for people to smile sometimes, right? But just remember that if you take care of yourself and you do what's necessary for you to have a good November, December, January, February, that when the light comes again in March, April, and in the spring and summer, that everything just gets better. Everything is better, right? I want to share something with you guys. I'm just going to flip the script because I have about 3 minutes. I want to share something with you guys. For some reason, I remembered this. I was probably about 24, 25, and I had started a retail job at a new mall that was probably about 10, 15 miles from where I was at. It was in another city, and I wasn't used to traveling there. So I got to the job with no problem. But when it was time to leave, I was really confused on which freeway to take, how to get back home, and this was before GPS. So I called my husband panicking. I was crying, and my daughter Ebony was probably about 5 or 6 at the time. I was really distraught and upset. So I ended up going back to the mall, calling and waiting. My husband came and told me that to follow him, literally follow him. And my daughter was in the car. She was patting my leg and saying, "It's okay, it's okay." She was comforting me because I had to get back home. So I literally had to follow my husband to get back home. And then I remember another time a couple of years later, so maybe about 2 or 3 years later, I visited a friend that lived in another part of Puyallup. I didn't understand how the freeway 512, I-5, and another freeway 167 connected. So I had a fun time visiting with her and her family. And again, when it was time to leave, I got to, I think, by the fairgrounds, and I couldn't figure out how to get on 512. So I had to double back to her house. She got in the car with me and she said, "This is where you get on." So I took her back to her house and I started again and eventually found my way home. So the reason I believe that I'm sharing this with you guys is sometimes we can be at a point in our lives where everything is like really confusing, traumatizing, and pretty much overwhelming. And we don't know what causes it, right? We just think that we're on another planet, or we might be dumb, or we just don't have the skills. But I'm here to say that because I was eating the standard American diet, so much sugar, never real food, and lots of coffee with lots of sugar and creamer and sodas, the whole nine, that my brain was not operating at its best. It was not operating at its best. And things just got cross-wired. And I literally thought I was going crazy at 20, 25, and almost 30. So if you are in need of community, if you are thinking that you're out there on a ledge and you can't get it together, can I suggest, consider Consider what you're putting in, what fuel you're putting in your body, what you're eating, because that can wreak havoc on your thought processes. It can wreak havoc on your brain. So when you have high levels of glucose, high levels of insulin, that's how your brain is operating. It's operating on the same frequency that your body is, on highs and lows, highs and lows. Or if you have a lot of scattered thinking, you know, it might be other conditions. I'm not saying it's just food related, but please consider that. And please consider how you can connect with others and create a community to help you through these darker months, right? All right, guys, that's my Wellness Wednesday tip conversation for the day. I must bid you farewell, but I want to also wish you an incredibly wonderful, wonderful day. Please drop something in the comments. Say good morning, holla at a sister, do something. But most of all, put your CPR mask on first and foremost. Take care of yourself so that when and if you need to go out and help, assist, or do whatever you need to do in the world, you're better equipped to do that because you've met your needs, right? Okay, love you guys to the core. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.